The Saga ships with Opera's 9.5 browser, which is really nice, which means it supports finger scrolling, and of course the mouse mode is really useful too, because it's a little more convenient than using the joystick mode and moving up and down one link at a time with each swipe. But it's very nice that you can swap back and forth between the two modes quickly. Pull up a page here. This is over a Wi-Fi connection, so it comes across pretty quickly. We'll pull up the full HTML version of the site so you can see what that looks like. You zoom by double tapping, just like people are getting used to seeing on the iPhone. Finger scrolling works pretty well. Go to the home page. Not the fastest web browsing experience on a smartphone, but it's pretty decent. The camera on the Saga is a bit of an odd bird. You can see on the screen here we have a green box, and normally that would indicate that an autofocus camera had achieved focus lock, but the Saga does not have an autofocus camera, so we're not sure what it's telling us. At times it is white. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You can see it flash white briefly there. Maybe it's saying it's still working on exposure, we're not sure. Also, the user interface isn't as nice as some of the user interfaces on Samsung phones we've seen recently. You can tap on the screen, turn grid, and other informational icons on and off. Menu comes up easily enough. On-screen buttons, you can put on night shot mode or put it back to normal mode pretty easily. Settings, it's all easy to go through. It's just not as useful as, say, like what we just recently saw on the Behold, where all the buttons were easily accessible from the edges of the screen. For a fixed focus camera, though, it takes reasonable photos. It's easy enough to get in to see the photo gallery. See, this one's a little overexposed. No swipe gestures for navigating through the photos, just the on-screen buttons. But for a business device like this, the camera's not a key important issue, so this is probably good enough for most people. Like all Windows mobile devices, the Samsung Saga supports Exchange servers natively for over-the-air and push synchronization, email, contacts, calendar, and tasks. You can see right now I'm just pulling down all my calendar and contact data, so we'll have it accessible on the phone here in a second. Now that we have some contact data on the phone, we can show you how contact searching works. I'm just going to type M-I-C-H. From the Today screen, you can see a list of matching names comes up. Now there's a bunch of Michaels and Michelles in my phone book, so if I want to narrow it down further, what I do is I hit space and then go and start working on the last name. So now I got M-I-C-H space O, and the only matches now are Michael and Michelle Oral. Very handy. This is the actual contact screen itself. This is a fake contact. You can see things are relatively well organized. Bring up the editing screen so you can see all the other features. You can really add an awful lot of information on a contact. So that's our look at the Saga. The device weighs about 4.5 ounces, about 130 grams. It's rated for 5 hours of talk time from its battery, or about 13 days of standby time. And it's selling for $199.99 at Verizon Wireless right now. If you were a fan of the Epix, this device is probably going to be a dream come true. It takes most of the functionality of the Epix, which we really liked, and just polishes it up a bit more. Really nice package, fantastic keyboard, and the optical joystick is actually very nice to have. I would probably take this over a regular mechanical D-pad at this point in time, especially with the quick switch functionality like the Saga has. So there you go. Samsung Saga, the i770 for Verizon Wireless. It's available now. Check it out.